sideways for me. I tried smacking it a few times. It's looking sideways, but I don't think it's going to show up sideways. It's a little screwed up. So that's the start of this. Not knowing what is showing up. I suppose I could check on another mobile device. But yeah, I'm in Lake Charles, and this place is pretty dangerous. I'm a little scared. I'm very hesitant to rise and shine. Alright, well, I guess things are normal then. So yeah, I am in, like, oh, it is sideways. Look at that. I'll just take another. I could see on my screen. What? Come on. No, I don't have the best connection. I'm a little surprised that I even have a connection here. It's not really. Google has, or a Garment, or YouTube has something going on. So I am thinking about going over to the appeals court to just ask a couple of questions. I guess I don't have many questions. Sideways for me. Yep, it is sideways. Look at that. I just tried smacking it. Weird. It doesn't want to go sideways, so I can't get that screen. Yeah, I'm thinking about going over to the appeals court today. They open at 8:30. I'm gonna have my spy pen charged up. Pretty confident that I can get it to work. And then on my tablet to audio record. And then I will only be engaging with the clerks and the guards. That's it. And then asking questions about the status of my docket and status of other people's dockets. See if I'm in order or not. Am I being am I in an orderly number? And then maybe try to look around wherever the public's able to look, kind of get an idea of what's going on there. It's about 4 miles from me, so it's a good drive. And it's like afterward I want to go to a library, and the nearest library is like 5 miles from that. And Lake Charles is extremely busy. It's just like I just watch tons. There's just so much activity in this area. People just bouncing back and forth in droves, and the amount of traffic is showing the high population. The evidence of high population is becoming very evident from just the way people are acting. They're a little more like out. They stand out. There's certain people that stand out more with either bright flashy lights or loud music. There's just a lot more flashy activity, and there's violence. There's just in my experience, just in the little bit of time I've been here, there's evidence of some like talk of violence around here. There's signs of potential violence, with the cop hanging out at the Walmart all night, with the guy that was parked next to me last night, who's like, "Oh, size me up, bro," because some like kind of a young bum type guy walked by in between our cars, and he looked like he checked out inside my car a little bit, but I think he really checked out the car next to mine, because the guy that was sitting in that car, there's a Walmart employee, he comes out and is just like, "Yeah, size me up." So I think the guy that walked between our cars looked at that other guy. So there was tension, and it's already tense enough with the mosquitoes. I could look out last night by about 5:45. I'd see on my my window I had like 6 mosquitoes at all times. I'd scare them away, but they'd just come right back. 6 mosquitoes at a time on my just only my side window. They would land on my windshield. They're just all over. And they wait. I mean, some come out during the daytime to attack individually, but once it becomes night, it's just like a cloud of mosquitoes. And yeah, that was 15 miles away, but I'm sure it's not much different here. There's flood warnings all over the place. There's a muddy river next to this Walmart, and it's supposed to rain a lot today. So I think with the flood warnings, I think they just have I think they always have constant flood warnings. So that's a concern. This area, the elevation on my Garmin, well, let me turn it on. I could show. The Garmin is going to show. Oh, come on. I need a direction. All right. So the thing about this silly Garmin.
Say a command.
Walmart. Well, I can turn it around, I suppose. Walmart. Stupid.
What city in United States?
Oh my God! I don't. Just whatever.
Speak the name of a place.
I said Walmart.
Did you say Banco Walmart?
Yeah, I did.
Searching
Whatever.
For Banco Walmart. Cannot find search results for
Oh,
Banco
Jesus.
Walmart. Did you say
that? I don't.
Speak the name
I just
menu.
category.
Speak a category.
Store.
Select a subcategory.
I don't know. Books.
Searching for books, music, and movies.
Christopher Jekyll.
Would you
Whatever.
like to begin navigation?
Yes.
Please drive to highlighted.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. We got an elevation of 7 feet. The only way I can get. Oh, we're going down though. The only way I could get elevation is while I'm driving. So, I just wanted to get out of that so I could stop. So when I go back, I only get the time. Maybe that could be changed. I don't know how. But, okay, I don't have directions now, so I guess I could have just chosen last place. I wasn't thinking. Recent. These are my recent spots. I'm told to rotate the device. Oh, man. Now I'm finally being told to rotate the device. And it won't even accept this, it won't even accept the horizontal now. So now I got to turn the phone's vertical, which I usually don't. I don't usually record vertical, but this time I'm forced to. How about just a little, because this thing I got doesn't really hold vertical. So, yeah, my phone is not in, or I have my Samsung S9. I'm recording on the Samsung S20, and my S9 is the battery's finally dying a lot. So I do like having 2 phones on me at all times. I keep 2 phones and a GoPro 7, and now I'm fine. I leave my Samsung S9 behind. I don't carry it around as much because of that dying battery. It's just dead weight. So I'm pretty much down to 1 phone. But I was thinking, to use the Samsung S9, I want to keep it plugged into a battery at all times, and that's for like it could still be useful for processing videos on on the Garmin. If I want to process 360 videos on Garmin, I could still use it for that. I just need to keep the S9 plugged in to a battery source. And this is the S9. Go get a new battery. It's all glued together. I have to unheat the battery, unheat the glue to open it up. And Walmart doesn't sell batteries. And as it charges, it warms up. And it was a overheating problem processing 360 videos for the longest time. I didn't do nearly as many 360 videos. I was always hesitant to do 360 videos because the processing on the S9 would cause the S9 to get too hot to touch. It got just incredibly hot. And then if I'm gonna have to charge it while it's processing, that's even more heat. That'll kill it. The only times I could process 360 videos was in the winter. In the summer, yeah, I'll run a fan over it to help a little bit, but still it gets so hot. Processing 360 videos on the S9 was pretty bad. The S20 is much better, and now I'm kind of interested in maybe the S21. I got this S20 unlocked, and the phones have to be at least 2 years old before you can start buying them unlocked. There's an old courthouse in Lake Charles. I'm going to the appeals courthouse. I don't think that's an old one. That it looks from the rooftop on Google Maps, it looks modern to me. But that's about all I'm gonna be checking out. I'm a little scared of this city. I want to stick into the outskirts as much as I can, but it doesn't look like that's possible if I'm gonna go into the library. And it's like I can't really just hang out in a park because it's supposed to rain today anyways. I could take a chance and see if they got any shelters to hang out in while it's raining. That's a possibility. It's all a risk with parks. It's a guarantee with libraries that I'll have a place to sit down and plug in. I'll scale the walls. I'm gonna be in prison. Yeah, there's a few prisons. I've passed a few prisons on my way over here. But yeah, will I be going to prison? I don't know. There's a lot of other worse people out there than me, but they got such high standards that everybody's a bad guy in Louisiana. Or they got such low standards for arrest that everybody could be treated like garbage in Louisiana. Yeah, that third story door issue, that's an old bank, and it's not even a complete story. It's only a partial builds. They built the third story in a way so they could watch over the second story. It's got a wraparound view of the bottom, the lower floor. So it's like more of a half story. It's 2 full stories and a half story. And then the police are in and out of that third story all day. Sometimes they'll just spend all day. Chief Winters, a couple of my arresting cops, they just go up to the 3rd floor and disappear. I have no idea. The librarian said that the library is just its meeting rooms and offices, but the cops have something up there too, because they'll hang out there. Even Lieutenant Williams, she'd just go there in the morning and hang out all day. And it's just strange. What would keep them so preoccupied? And we're talking like higher ranks, lieutenants, the assistant chief Winters. They just hang out in the third story library all day. So for them to really play up my potential danger to that library, I think is a lot influenced by what the cops are doing there. They're delivering food to to the snitches at the library, and they're hanging out on the third floor for some reason. A lot of them every day, and it's just like what they'll park their police car in the parking lots, and then just it would just stay parked there all day, and then somebody would hang, and a higher ranking person, like the assistant chief Winters, would just hang out in that third story area all day. It's just a mystery to me. I've never gotten information about that, and they're trying to keep their activities as secret as possible. Of course, they won't even give up any information. They won't even give their police policies up, because maybe they think the police policies will give hints as to what they're doing on that third story. They already have another police substation in that town, 17,000 people, and they got to have a substation, a police station, a third something going on in the third story of the library. And I think they're taking advantage of possibly a room that the bank was using, that was maybe a part of their security. The bank probably had some kind of security room that they were using, and then when the library took it over, the police took over a room, and it's a secret room. It's not labeled. It's just kind of the police go in there and then just hang out all day. Maybe it's like a bedroom for them or something to sleep. Oh, the architecture. Yeah, looking around, recording. Yeah, the standards are pretty low for arrests around Louisiana. So whatever. I don't see any need to act any different, though. I mean, if people want to call, those types of people are everywhere who make the phone calls about whatever I do. I'm kind of just gonna still try to do my own thing, and then keep my cameras ready in case people want to harass me. I got my 360. Yesterday the cops approached me in, what did I say, Kinder, Louisiana, and I pulled out my 360 as soon as I saw one of them start looking like they're coming towards me, but I didn't turn it on fast enough. But I turned on this phone right here, and it recorded for 1 minute 12 seconds. No, it recorded for like 45 seconds or so, and then it stopped. It just stopped recording. I think I might have hit the button somehow. As soon as I saw, I was pretty quick with this phone. I was actually I was kind of recording the cop approaching me, and then I did something to stop the recording. But luckily, I turned on the 360. I had the 360 out, but I didn't turn it on. I put it on my roof, and for like 30 seconds, I just had it sit on my roof without having it on. I was hesitant to turn on. I wasn't hesitant to put the max on my roof, but I was hesitant to turn it on. And I should have just turned it on sooner. It's like I suspected cops were gonna come to me as soon as I saw it. I mean, it's just so unusual to see in this park. I showed the layout of it with the drone on my cop channel, and it's like it's not a through drive. It's not a throughway. It's a parking lot with an end. You got to turn around to go back out where you came, and you could clearly see down the row. If there's anybody there, you could see everything you need to see. So for a cop to pull in to the parking lot as well, he could see from a distance what's going on. But for him to pull in to get a closer look, that really got my attention. And then I knew he was coming to talk to me, because I mean, cops can observe from a distance. But and then two cops, obviously something is going on. They have to position themselves and in the best firing vortex, or what Prosecutor Benjamin likes to call like the wing formation, where they kind of have you almost trapped in a way. There's a big, I passed a casino. I saw that I recorded a little bit on my my GoPros. There's hotels. It's the casino on the side of the road, pretty much. Your speed limit drops from 65 or 60 to 50. They slowed down the speed limit by 10 miles an hour for about a mile stretch. Less than a mile stretch in front of the casino, between the casino and the hotel. So they'll get enough activity on that casino road. It's like a highway where they've lobbied to have the speed limits dropped specifically for that casino. And there's cities, there's towns, there's villages, there's towns, there's communities that they're living on the side of the road, and they don't drop the speed limits. There's still the roads remain 65 through some towns practically. These towns have no political sway whatsoever. They couldn't convince the highway department to lower the speed limit 10 miles an hour like the casino can. Factories have been able to lobby the road departments to lower the speed from 65 to 50, you know, in their general area for their trucks pulling in and out, whatever. They make their arguments. But for some communities, some poor communities, they can't convince the road departments to lower those speed limits at all. You know, the speed limit's a really political thing that I've noticed driving through a lot of these remote areas and stuff. Yeah, the casino's in the middle of nowhere, but I mean, it's easy access. It's on a main road. And I don't know, it's hard to say middle of nowhere because it's so busy around here. It's pretty crazy, all the amount of traffic that you see. It's Indian land. All right, they got a little space carved out for themselves. They're getting a lot of traffic. They're making their money. It's all lit up and nice. It looks all modern, and they're making their money. I mean, whatever businesses are happening here, there's people who can afford darting back and forth around here. So, what time? 7. So we're in rush hour. I noticed a little congestion. I was noticing a little congestion coming into Lake Charles. Like, just people backed up. It's not the type of traffic I like to deal with. I want to stay out of the congested areas. So that's yeah, and the appeals court opens at 8:30. I guess go straight from here over there, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to maybe live stream there. But I don't know. I would have live streamed on the weekend for sure. Just stand out in front of the courthouse and live stream and tell them to do their jobs and all that right on the steps, because I know they'd be closed. And actually, well, I can't say they'd be closed right now. There might be people coming in and out. I know they'd definitely be closed on the weekend, though. Oh, the traffic pattern is influenced by the hurricane damage. The hurricanes. Yeah, where are the escape routes? I'm sure people have those plotted out. There's no signs that say this is an escape route. You know, there's places in other parts of the country that have escape routes. They at least have snowplow routes. Those are marked in the north. They'll have signs that say this is like a snowplow route. That means this is one of the first roads to get plowed if there's a major snowfall. Yeah, you're all just stuck if there's a flood. 'Cause there's flood warnings. It's not even watch. It's like daily warnings for flooding, and today is supposed to rain, so river overflow warnings are already put up. It might be fine right now, but yeah, they're just saying the threat is always imminent. And I haven't really watched close enough to see if the ocean has much of an influence on the tides, on the level of the river. Because I'm sure, you know, you get, if that's possible, we're pretty close to the Gulf here. And if the tides have much influence, if it's in high tide and also a heavy rain, that would spell a flooding disaster. But do the tides influence this area? Because I just came from an area just north of here, and they're saying, you know, say 20 miles north of here, they're saying that they're not even Cajun. There's a historical sign in, it was north of Iowa, Louisiana, for sure. 20 miles north. Yeah, I think we're at least 1 foot below sea level here. At least at 0. But like they're saying that there's prairie, there's grasslands, there's Cajuns who don't live in the swamps. So when you think of Cajuns, you can't quite think of swamps. There's a Creole Cajun or something, but there's a swamp Cajuns and then prairie Cajuns. But I mean, these are some wet prairies. That, I mean, the lot of the farmland that I've passed by, it's been glistening with water. It may not be fully submerged, but it's glistening. It's always got this wet underneath surface in these southern parts. Yeah, the Cajuns have to be further south and further east. You still got these French who are living on kind of grasslands, who can kind of grow things, but it's a wet growth. And they're growing sugar cane, apparently. I don't know if around here. I haven't seen any alligators yet, but I haven't really looked. But yeah, there's unique features I want to look at. I have to say, it's kind of a pain to go to the appeals court. I wouldn't go to the appeals court if I didn't have this criminal issue going on. And it's a pain to deal with, but I mean, taking a little extra pain trying to figure out their process, trying to understand the nature of what they're doing, will help help me deal with this pain a little bit better. Instead of having a low lingering, or it's like a low lingering pain, I'd bring on pain in greater amounts by trying to learn about it, and then maybe that'll reduce the pain in the long run. I'm going to learn about their process a little bit. I got some questions about I got some questions about my dockets and where I'm placed and how I am in comparison. All dockets should be public information, so I should be able to see all the docket numbers that I'm surrounded by, and see how they keep track of that. Is it simply on the computer? It sounds like they don't really keep things. They don't put things everything. They don't put everything on the computer. At least in regular courthouses, you don't get access to all the public information. You actually have to go to the courthouse to get their intranet, you get intranet access with all of the information that they don't provide on just the regular internet. And that could be the case here. I'll find out when I get there. And yeah, so yeah, I guess I'm just talking, yeah, 30 minutes, that's probably good. I think I'm gonna stop it here.